What's up, everybody? I know it's been a minute since we did episode Duval Kinstro, but we're back. Free agency kind of started, so I'm on a topic on that. And then I'm probably gonna have some more videos coming out pretty soon about that has to do with the draft and among other things. But we'll see how that goes. This is the free agency recap, like I said. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to follow me on X at blind_side_73. Um, but yeah, I know we're all disappointed about some moves, and then we're excited about others, and then potentially even more coming that are going to be great. So hopefully those goes. But let's get into it. All right, so first I'm going to talk about of course, the guys we lost. I like to end it on a good note, so I'm going to start with the guys we lost. So far, as of when this video comes out, the only guys that we lost that we didn't release, so like Darius Williams and Rashad Jenkins, I'm not fully counting just because we can both kind of let them go. They unfortunately had a jack cap it. Darius Williams, I kind of was hoping we could figure out a way to get him to stay. But his cap hit, the savings was too much to let go. But it is with him. So him and Jenkins, I'm not counting. Rashad Jenkins, I kind of felt like it was his time to go. We always remember 2022 when we had when he had the walk-off pick six against Dallas, that he got the sack fumble against Tennessee to help us in the playoffs. So Rashad Jenkins, you both be in my heart. Still, Darius Williams, you balled out the years you were here. First part of the year, and for the as the new one, basically as playing one as an undersized corner, you stepped up. It was great. Great to see it. Great to have it. You were able to play for where you grew up, so that was great. Hopefully you have luck again back with the Rams, and then Rashad. I hope you still have good luck with the Seattle Seahawks. But okay, so the guys whose contract expired so far that we have lost, is of course Calvin Ridley, which I'll get into, and Kavion Chason was announced not that long ago that he just signed with Carolina Panthers. To be honest, I'm kind of mixed feelings about both of them. Neither of them, I know you and y'all have watched this, y'all have seen. I'm not a fan of Calvin Ridley. I wasn't a huge fan of Calvin Ridley. I felt like we overfeatured him a little bit too much. Making him a one was good, but could be good. And like that was the whole thing that Kirk needed help when Kirk was playing like the one most of the year. Everyone tries to bring up, after 2 years he got 1,000 yards. He was not getting 1,000 if Kirk hadn't got hurt and we had to force the ball to him and Ingram. That's just my 2 cents. Ingram still probably got close to the catch record. I think he did, but I don't think Calvin Ridley's getting 1,000 because he had to explode that last game to even get it. I personally feel like we're still better. Kirk was always the better one. Ridley had potential. I will give Ridley this. He was great at getting the defensive pass interference. I don't know if it was he underran the route or if it was just that good or if it was Trevor couldn't get it to him. Anyway, that getting those flags, that was really good. That really helped us a lot. But as a whole, I just don't think he was worth that contract that the Titans were willing to give him. More power to you. That 4 years, 92. It's a little much for my blood. He's already 30. He's already going to be 30 by the time season starts. He's probably going to start slipping within the next year or 2 years. I just don't feel like Ridley's one of those receivers who's going to play till he's like 38 and some of them. But at the same end, he's even said in his opening press conference, that he felt that he just went for the money. He went for the money. The Titans offered him more money than anybody else, which I can't blame him for that. Go chase the money. It's basically was reported if it was closer, he probably would have stayed Jacksonville, but I do not agree with giving him that much money. And obviously Trent Baalke didn't. yeah, we're still don't have a one elite one. I don't think Calvin Ridley was that elite one. So I feel like we still would have been looking. The offense would have been a lot better, obviously, if you have the Ridley, Gabe Davis, and Kirk. But now we're probably gonna either the rumors looking like that we may get Brandon Ayuk. If we get Brandon Ayuk and Gabe Davis and Kirk, I'm cool with that. I think that's better than Ridley, and I would give Ayuk the money over Calvin Ridley, mostly because I mean you have the age factor on top of it, and he basically did what Calvin Ridley's best season ever was last year with Brock Purdy when he was the only really elite outside receiver. Debo's good, but Debo's also more the gadget guy, him and Chris McCaffrey and like shorter stuff. But as a pure receiver, he was the only one that was elite on the 49ers. Jawan Jacobs was okay. He had his moments, but I feel like he could have gone a lot better. And I showed he could do it with teams going at him. So that's good to see. I really hope we trade for him. As of now, it has not been announced. It's all hinted at. So we'll see how that goes. But then Chase On, of course, being the first round pick, was obviously is a bust for us. He was never, to be honest, I never thought it was that good even at college at LSU, but I hope I was wrong. I feel like we kind of wasted those 2 years with him, and then also the year which Tavion Bryan, we tried to go for these prospect guys, and neither worked out. Trayvon Walker was a prospect guy too. He's not bad. Walker's a better overall player, I feel like, than Hutchinson was. But Hutchinson's a better pass rusher by far. So it was kind of like one of those. I don't think this is a bulky miss or anything. I just feel like we'll see how it goes. Him and Josh Allen did combine for the most duo sacks in the league. So hopefully that keeps it going, and hopefully we sign Josh. We franchise tagged him, so he kind of can only play for us this year. I feel like this is going to go on for a while, though, but hopefully it gets cleared up pretty soon. And so Josh can get in the building and work with some of our additions. So I'm going to talk about the additions. The additions is some of the additions we're getting I'm the most excited for. All right, so I'm going to start with some of the older deals and work with. Signing Mitch Morse is a huge upgrade. I don't think Luke Fortner wasn't the only issue on the offensive line. Let's put that with the interior was all messed up. But, however, he was a major issue for that offensive line. You could see we could run block. Luke Fortner was getting blown up. Even some of the plays like the Trevor, whatever name we're going to call it, his little dive across the end, some of those that don't work or almost cause fumbles, everything is because Luke Fortner gets blown up every play. He's an okay pass protector, but he's not great. He's probably the worst pass blocker on this starting five. But he still is not awful, but it had to get upgraded. While I know Bucky has hinted at that wasn't just Fortner, by signing just him, a center, he's proven that he didn't trust Fortner anymore. So Mitch Morse from the Buffalo Bills on a 2-year deal is a great deal, I feel like he drastically helps the offensive line. We got to we fix the issue that was Fortner and hopefully give Trevor more time back there to get somebody open. Some of this I think will have an effect because we're going to get another receiver either in the draft or, like I said, if we get Ayuk. So I feel like that gives Trevor more time. I feel like now the only team that's probably the weak spot is probably right guard with Sheriff, who we re-signed or restructured. And even Sheriff, I think a lot of Sheriff's issues was trying to overcome for Fortner. Because Ezra Cleveland in Minnesota was a great, I think he was like top 10 by Pro Football Focus. So that's, and then he comes to Jacksonville, he's bad. Something is wrong. So I feel like it was Fortner, and that's why I feel like the team went. So that's great. That's a move I really felt was really surprising because we all heard that he was going to bring in help competition. So we all thought it was going to be some no-name center, and then Fortner's going. But nope. Mitch Warder on a 2-year, $10 million contract. I'm cool with that. So now and then of course, like I said, we signed Ezra Cleveland, like I talked about, on a 3-year deal. Mitch is on a 2-year deal. That's good. I really like Walter Little at left guard or left tackle, not left guard. Not good at left guard, left tackle. We're probably not going to go that route just because I feel like Cam Robinson's on the team this year. Even though he had the biggest cap savings if we cut him and then we put Walter over there, but so it looks like Walter Little is going to be the swing tackle again. So that would put our starting offensive line, barring injury or suspension, it's going to be Cam Robinson, Ezra Cleveland, Mitch Morse, Brandon Sheriff, and Anton Harrison. Anton looked really good near the end of the year, so I think he's probably going to be great. So hopefully this line fix. The line fix, everything else I think offensively will take care of itself. I'm not saying we don't have to be like the number one offensive line league, but if we get up to top 15, top 10-ish, I feel like that would help. That gives more time. Trevor Etienne's not having to run into the wall every play. So hopefully that fixes it. That's it for that. So that was and then we also, of course, we signed Dearness Johnson. Good move. I feel like he kind of took away the second running back role from Tank. Maybe him and Tank are probably going to battle out in the offseason. Hopefully Tank clears it up, and then we got 3 good running backs. But for now, I feel like Dearness Johnson's our second best running back again. He's going to show what he does. His rush per carry were really down, but again, our offensive line was awful. But he also showed great at third down, made some great catches for us. So cool with that. We also, all right, so if I remember correct, so also on the offense, who again was supposed to be in addition to Calvin Ridley, because of course we were waiting to sign him till after 4:00 on Wednesday, so we didn't have to give a second round pick to Atlanta, just took the third, which again, do not fault Jacksonville for not matching the Tennessee offer. I don't think it's going to age well. And even Calvin Ridley said, I'm just in it for the money. So that means he's not going to try. Or usually guys who, for the money, they got paid, they usually don't have as much drive. I'm not saying Calvin's like that. I'm just saying Tennessee, y'all may want to be careful with that. But so who was supposed to be, we signed Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis is an interesting pick, I feel like, because, all right, we all remember the Kansas City game when he was balling in the playoffs. And then we've seen last year, he wasn't balling as much. A lot of people are saying, oh, if he can't be that good if he wasn't getting targets. Part of that, though, is inconsistencies. His inconsistency is Josh Allen. Josh Allen for the Bills is an inconsistent quarterback. His highs are really high, but his lows are really low. So I feel like the whole offense was inconsistent. They're trying to blame, Gabe couldn't be this. I feel like it's a good deal. 3 for 39. I'm kind of cool with that. I would have liked it more as a third receiver, but it is. Who knows? He probably will still end up at the end at the start of the season. So I'm cool with that. I feel that he's really going to help with the deep threat. He's a great run blocker, which I know as a receiver, a lot of us don't like that, but with our offensive line and the way Travis Etienne can get one out, can run and get something, that's great. That's great. That's what we need, but that's helped a lot. So I think that's going to handle everyone on offense that we have gotten so far. But now we're going to go to the defense. The defense, I feel, was a lot of the. Oh, almost forgot. I did forget Devin Duvernay from the Ravens. We also re-signed, which is great. Kickoff returner. He can catch better than Agnew. He has more returns better than Agnew. Respect you, Agnew, but we got to upgrade. I know you've been talking. Some of the fans have been talking to you back on Twitter, but Agnew, he's an upgrade. But so the Agnew plays probably are gone at the play. Now Devin's a better catcher. He's more receiver. Agnew was a former corner turn receiver, so obviously he's not going to have as much. So that's going to give him a little pass. But hey, welcome Jacksonville. That's another person for the offense. Helping his teams and all that. So and then of course, if you can catch, we might be able to get you a couple trick plays in there. I mean, he had some plays in Baltimore, and Baltimore had some decent receivers. So, I mean, So if he can get on the field better, he can get on the field, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so like I said, we're going to move on to the defense. All right, so some of the defensive guys we got Darnell Savage from the Packers on a 3-year deal. But he is a decent safety. He's great in coverage. He's not great in tackling and support, so that means him and Cisco may flip, and he may stay deep, and Cisco will be the one running down, making the tackles. Which I feel like Cisco, even though he didn't have as many, I feel like he was a better tackler than Jenkins. He's definitely a better playmaker. Both of them, both Darnell Savage and Cisco. This duo is going to be probably a better playmaking duo. I am kind of surprised we signed him because I thought Antonio Johnson was going to get his safety moments, but we'll see how that works. Looking like maybe he'll get the nickel role. I feel like we have to find a role for him on the field because he's not an outside corner. He's either a safety or a nickel. So that might affect who we draft. Especially the next guy we signed on the list I'm going to discuss real quick is Ronald Darby. Ronald Darby's been in the league for a while. He was with the Ravens on that elite defense. He played pretty well for them. He was shutting down or at least making some good plays on some elite receivers. So I feel like that was really good. I mean, he is on his 5th team, if I'm right. So him and Tyson Campbell, I like Tyson, but if we go to this man scheme that Ryan Deason's talking about, we know how Tyson is in man coverage. If he has to find the ball, that's his weakness. So we'll see how that goes. I think we'll still keep Tyson. I don't think we'll trade him, but it's just probably going to be Tyson and Darby on the outside, and then hopefully Antonio Johnson, because I feel like Antonio Johnson's ready to pop off. He already had the same amount of turnovers and sacks that Rashad Jenkins got, and he played like 5 games versus Rashad's all 17. And we can't say that we've used him different because interceptions are everybody. So hopefully we'll see how that works. That kind of clears up our defensive backfield. I know Balky tries to do it, so he never has any obvious needs like, oh, we have to sign this guy, or we have to draft this guy. So we'll kind of see a lot of the mocks, and then my mock, which I may put out probably this weekend. But it's either receivers or corners right now. Now, if we trade for Ayuk, obviously the receiver thing goes away, and then it's probably going to be corner or D lineman. And even that D lineman spot kind of got filled with a massive person, and that's Eric Armstead from the 49ers, man. This is probably my most excited pick. I felt like this pick was or the signing, I feel like most of the other signs like, okay, good. They're decent guys. But Eric Armstead fixes another issue like we had. Our 2 issues last year were our interior offensive line and our interior defensive line. Both of those got patched. Yes, Eric Armstead has some injury issues, but I think even if we get 15 games of him, or not 15, probably more like 13. Say if we get 13 games. 13 games of him is better than a full 17 of who would have been our starting DTs. And I like I said, Foley had to go. That was another person we released. Foley wasn't doing this, but so Eric Armstead's probably going to go to the 3 tech if we go a 4-3. So our D line, if we go to a 4-3, is probably going to be Josh Allen, Devon Hamilton, Eric Armstead, Trevor Walker. That's a decent D line. The only weakness would probably be Devon Hamilton, which I've discussed in other videos how I feel about him. But we'll see how that goes. Devon may be, or maybe go to the bench, and then we'll start War Robinson Harris maybe. But even then, Roy, who was probably our best interior pass rusher last year, still wasn't great. Especially that last game, he got ran off the field. But we'll see how that goes. The linebacking core is fine. I swear, if Balky drafts another linebacker, we're gonna have some issues. We have enough right now. We re-signed a couple special teams guys. We got Foye for at least another year. We got Devin Lloyd for 2 more years minimum. We got Chad Muma. We have Ventrell Miller come back from injury. I feel like we're okay at the linebacker spot. And then deep defensive back we already talked about, but that's probably our issue right now. I feel like there's no massive holes, other than receiver. Like I said, we're still, all of us in Jacksonville, we're trying to be on our edge, see if the Ayuk thing comes through. If we get Ayuk, I'm fine with our offense. I won't draft anybody else for offense, unless somebody falls. Like if something crazy happens, like not gonna happen, but like Marvin Harrison Jr. falls, I'll go get him. I don't care if a guy go get that. He's gonna be good. We'll figure out something. He can be on teams for a year. I think get off Kirk or something. I don't know, but that man's going to be the real deal. But so we'll see how that goes. But I feel like we kind of touched on most of everybody. Let me know in the comments if I missed anybody, if I missed any signings. But we'll see. So far though, for like a grade of the offseason, I'm probably going to give us a B. Part of that also is the Josh Allen situation. Josh Allen should have been re-signed months ago. Like even during the season when he started turning up, we should have, nope. All right, what you want? Get them, and then we probably would have that money locked up, so we have more money under our cap, so we could potentially go get somebody else. Daniel Hunter, who I don't, even though he's not great, or UGA from the Patriots. We need some third and fourth pass rushers. The issue is a lot of them, the ones who are good, aren't gonna come. I don't think. Like here, like Davian Clowney wants to start, so so we need to go figure out who we're gonna get with that. There's stuff about getting one in the first round. I really hope we don't, because if we draft another edge person in the first round, that means Josh Allen's probably gone next year, and I want him to be in Jacksonville forever. I want him to break Tony Bracken's sack record. He's about 10 away, if I remember right. So that's all good. I would maybe, if he's forgiven us by now, go get Ngakoue, because I feel like Ngakoue kind of knows at this point where he's not going to start, especially with his terrible run defense. But we'll see. That's what I feel like. That's probably the issue. We got a better backup quarterback when we traded for Mac Jones, which isn't really. I don't really count trades as free agency. But so we had that. I know a lot of people in New England aren't a fan of Mac Jones. As the backup, I think it'd be fine. I know a lot of people are like, oh, does this mean they don't trust Trevor? This means they don't trust Trevor. It's like something's up with CJ Beathard, I feel like. Even though I feel like the offense was fine when Trevor went down for that one game. But I don't know. They're saying he's banged up, so maybe he's going to think about retirement. I don't think Mac Jones is Trevor's like competition. Especially the way he's been playing. Doug Pierce will probably make him look good, so I think probably something happened in the preseason, and then it's going to come back. But we'll see how it goes. They're kind of two different quarterbacks, so I'm not sure why we got Mac, because Mac's more of a short, less risky plays, and Trevor tries to go for the big plays, big shots all the time. So I don't know why we get someone totally different than our starter, but we'll see how it goes. I think the Calvin Ridley thing, I was mad at it, but then once I saw that he was probably not coming back, I was annoyed. And then when I saw the total amount he's getting, I don't want him at that amount. So that's, I know, but so I got to dig him a little bit for letting it get that high, which again, you signed Josh Allen, Ridley's franchise tagged. All this goes away. But they're like, that was probably the only things we really missed on. There's still some good receivers out there. If we don't get Ayuk, we can go get Mike Williams. He's coming off ACL, so he's probably going to be cheap. I would have liked to do the Keenan Allen trade that the Bears did, but that doesn't look like that's going to happen. Hollywood Brown just signed with the Chiefs, so that's not, and I don't think he would fit with our system anyway. But so I'll see how it goes. But like I said, I give it like a B. We get Brandon Ayuk without giving up a ton. then I probably could bump it up to like a B plus, A minus. Like say if we did, I would do say Ayuk in a sixth, or the first. They're the 49ers first round pick for an Ayuk for our first and third round pick. I feel like because that's a big jump from them going to 31 up to 17. So I'll be down with that. But I know a lot of it's just kind of working it out, figuring out. I know Brandon Ayuk followed a bunch of Jaguars players on Instagram, and that's usually how some hints that either and it's just recently followed them, so it looks like they're trying to work it out. I know like Mitch Morris, Trevor was following him, and Gabe Davis, so he obviously knew before anybody else did. So hopefully that means we sign Brandon Ayuk or trade for him. If not Ayuk, I want T. Higgins from the Panthers. I know Ayuk's definitely better, but depending obviously on the price, which I mean that price just skyrocketed again. I want the same energy that the league gave us for Christian Kirk, that the league gave the Titans for bumping up Calvin Ridley as the ninth best or ninth paid receiver. So he's probably going to get paid more if we sign Ayuk, but I'm okay with that. I'm cool with it because he's better and he's younger and he does the same things that Ridley did, but he's younger. So if we gave him a 4-year deal, he would just now be 30 when it runs out, as opposed with Ridley's, he's going to be 34 when that deal goes out. He's probably going to, I mean, there was this new announced there, Aaron Donald retired at 32. I don't feel like Ridley's going to have much time. So if like the money's this issue, like same, I'd rather have Ayuk. That's just me, even with moving down the draft. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we get some good news on that. But I know if that happens, I'll probably do another video about that, how I feel about that grade and how everything goes. But for now, just to end my recap of what happened in free agency. Just remember, this is Duval against y'all. Follow me on Twitter at the @ below. Just remember.